Or I mean, if you're looking at New World, it's I am the Baconator.
The Baconator.
Or the Turkey Terminator.
The problem is the bloody achievements keep on working and then non-working, so I can't choose one.
I've not had any major issues with the achievements. I've had one or two issues where it's not worked, but they work the rest of the time. So
Nah, I get them. I just can't choose.
just had pizza and now you want to throw up. Well, where'd you get the pizza from? When do I begin, Mishka? Right now.
You know what? With your accent, sound like where'd you get the picture from?
It's because I got no teeth.
Oh, the Drax ate his pizza from New World. That's
there's half your
that's
problem.
the problem. Yeah, that game it looks like trash to me as well.
I wouldn't get pizza from New World. It'll be a bit old, man. But anywho, enough of that weirdness. I mean, no, it's going to happen no matter what. But welcome to another Wednesday night Curse of Strahd, where I attempt to kill all the players in the Amber Temple. Kidding.
That's going to happen.
They're probably going to kill themselves, just to be fair. But we are now, tonight's episode 56. We're over a year into this campaign, which I think the players have done exceptionally well to stay to be alive this long, because a bit of research, a little bit of useless information about Curse of Strahd. There is a Discord server somewhere and a forum somewhere out there where you can post your character deaths, your PC deaths in Discord, I believe it is. And I found it, and there are a lot of deaths in Curse of Strahd campaign, and 9 out of 10 games, tabletop Curse of Strahd modules, end with a PC death in the first session. And it's pretty nasty. Have a Google search it. It's out there. It's been said it's probably one of the hardest modules to complete without a PC death. At least one. There's always at least one. Saying that, most sessions end with a TPK within 12 sessions apparently.
So how many were you done?
We're on episode 56. The 56 sessions. So
Can't really class Mirabelle as a...
Well, Mirabelle wasn't really a PC death. That was a write-out. Emilia 2 was kind of story-based write-out, technically. But it's still a PC death. Mirabelle, you still don't know whether she died or not. I mean, you're assuming based on information given. But I will give the crew credit. Usually, we got two options. Either I've been a really generous DM and just haven't allowed you guys to die when you should have died, or you guys have handled yourselves reasonably well in given situations. And I'll vote for the latter. So you guys have had some pretty close calls, like some serious close calls.
Yep. That house, that walking house, that's one that comes to mind straight away. I thought we were going to all lose our shit then.
I honestly thought we were going to have a TPK that night.
That one was nasty.
Very, very close. Most other encounters have been pretty average. We've had a lot of close calls. We've had a lot of unconscious moments, mainly due to your own fault. Exploding towers, exploding carts.
But you don't know they're going to explode, you see.
Exactly. So
it might be our own fault, because then it gets TNT on the door.
I mean,
so
just saying. I mean,
okay.
just saying that it's not been an actual combat that's been the most interesting. But yeah, so it is what it is. Thank you for all the shout outs here, mods. Make sure you guys are following all the shout outs 100%. We've got Magic in there, we've got Yanti, JJ will probably make an appearance at some point, so shout him out anyway. JJ Beats, Air Code, all those guys, all the family. You guys know who they are. Go follow them if you haven't done it already. Check out their content, and yeah, so do a thing. Grim, what's up? I think is that JJ Beats? I think that's his one. Nope, wrong one. I think it's JJ Beats 1 or 1-1. I forget. Check him with a resub. Yeah, you got that wrong. I think it's JJ Beats 1-3. I forget. There you go, JJ Beats. Yeah, Beats 1. Thanks, Nutty. You got it. You got it. So, now that everyone's here and hanging out, we will You made it a full year, 12 months resub to Mr. Roasted Chicken. Thank you very much for the support. Appreciate it very much. And to the rest of the subs and followers as well. Cheers for hanging out with us for another campaign. Obviously, we had Paradigm 1, my first homebrew campaign, which was very, very well. Obviously, we got the VTM running as well. But this campaign has been running over a year, which is amazing that you guys are hanging out and supporting the story. Paradigm 2 is definitely on the cards and will happen. Just a matter of when now. Once we finish with VTM, we'll definitely be going on to campaign 2 for Paradigm. Seriously looking at Tomb of Annihilation for my next module. Before I do that, however, I'm going to put Mr. Chicken on the spot. When we finish Curse of Strahd, Roasted Chicken is going to DM a mini adventure, which we have the players already. It's already been in the works. He's just got to do a bit of work yet. But because we are getting so close to the end of this campaign, giving him a heads up, letting him know that prep time is now getting very, very close. So that'll be streamed on this channel as well, unless Cam wants to do it on his own channel, but I'm happy to stream it here if it makes it easier for him. Not a problem. We'll probably be using Foundry, so that we won't make too much of a difference.
He doesn't have to stress as much now.
Exactly.
Oh,
well,
no,
if I stream it, yeah. Not whatever. I can help you set it up on your channel if you want to stream it on your channel. No dramas.
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
If he has a problem, I can always run a one shot in between if you like.
Well, there's that too. Well, that's probably something we can do if you want. We can do just a classic one shot. We'll get Baz to DM a classic one shot, then we'll do Cam's mini adventure, and then we'll get back into another module.
Only if Cam needs time. I don't want to push him back.
Mine's supposed to be a one shot, so I don't know.
Well, I think yours will turn into a 2 or 3. I reckon. I mean, most of our one shots are going to be 2 or 3.
A mini campaign. I didn't put a backstory into my character for one shot.
You have a backstory?
Yeah.
Well, we all have
You
back.
didn't do that for me.
I had a backstory.
No, yeah, I know you do. Yeah, I know Baz does.
Well, there you go then. So it's a mini campaign. There, it's solved. That's it. That's it. But yeah, I mean, if we end this suddenly without a lot of unexpectedly, and you do need a bit of time, then yeah, we can look at maybe 1 or 2 one shots in between, which is easy enough. So
it's fine. I will do. I've just been putting it off because I'm nervous. But yeah, I'll do it.
You'll be fine.
It won't take long.
You will be fine, my friend. We will. All I'll need, obviously, the information I'll need to stream it is how many players we've got, so I can set up a thing. We could probably just use this setup. It'll probably work anyway, because I think it's most of the players are in here already.
Yeah, I think it's everyone here and Grim.
Well, there you go then. So just this layout will work. I'll just change names and such and things and positionings, and we'll be all good. Anywho, so without any delay, obviously back here Sunday for Dusk Hollow. Again, that's getting close to the end of that, so come and check us out on Sunday for that. Tomorrow night I'll be doing some more New World, so again, come back and hang out with us while we do some New World grinding, killing things and murdering stuff, chopping down trees and all the rest of the good stuff. Saturday I won't be here, no stream. I'll be D&Ding at Baz's place for our tabletop game, our home game. And then, of course, Sunday back here for some Dusk Hollow stuff. So, last week, we left off. You'd spent the evening in an abandoned guard tower. On the Yuccas Mountains peaks, snow and wind bearing down, making it very cold indeed. The next morning, you head out, trudging upward towards the temple. It's slow but steady. The cold affecting some of you more than others. The snow is not heavy, but the wind is blistering cold. You trek further northward, slowly going further and further into the highest peaks of this mountain. The rock circles overhead, forcing you to take cover in a small cave of sorts. Eventually, believing that it's gone for the time being, you move onward. You break the cloud cover, and as you do and surge forwards into a sort of a plateau, you see the snow-covered remains of an old temple embedded in the cliffside of one of the highest peaks of this mountain range. Standing at the front, almost guarding the temple, several 20-foot high stone statues of a yellowish amber stone, which hence obviously where the name the Amber Temple comes from. As you move inside, the Amber Temple, as it is called, is more apparent, as the inside has a dull amber glow to it, as whatever light is emitting through this place is reflected off the amber stone and the huge dome ceiling in the center. You find yourselves on a balcony overlooking a great hall, a large statue at one end, several arrow slits in the walls on either side high above the hall. On the left hand side, as you move forward, some of you spy a light moving past those arrow slits. Not able to determine what it is, however, but it does offer maybe a little concern. Deciding to investigate a closed door as opposed to the open door to your right, you move to your left. The door is opened, and inside you find a group of individuals hunkering down, sharpening weapons, and a large direwolf. They immediately attack. The battle swings back and forth, but before your foes are defeated, one of your own, Karnos, is rendered dead as a large armored gladiator skewers him with a large spear. Zadriel rummages through his pack to retrieve a diamond that you had found at the winery, sets up and starts to cast Revivify. The spell should work more quickly, but it seems that in this place spells work somewhat differently. Zadriel finds that soul tether, hangs on to it, and then pleads for Karnos to return. With the aid of some of the rest of the group, Adok and Fibblesybil also making a plea for Karnos to return and aid you to either leave this place or destroy Strahd. Karnos hears these pleas, and the spell is successful with a very, very high roll, and Karnos sits bolt upright, cries out in pain and anguish as his soul returns to his body. The effects of death in Barovia have other effects also, not just the effect of death itself, but lingering effects. Karnos receives another dark gift, but also essentially being touched by the will of Strahd, almost calling his spirit to join the rest of those that have fallen in these lands. Whether that lingers remains to be seen. As you have awakened Karnos, you have discussed back and forwards with your group. You've been asked questions about how you feel, whether you're good to go. You said yes, I'm fine. Let's get this moving. And we basically now pick up at that point now, as you have all sort of gathered yourselves after the fall of Karnos. You're still in that same room where the combatants, Bambi Wambi with the biddies, thank you very much. So you find yourselves sort of standing just outside this room. Casimir is looking around and sort of says, well, it appears that squatters have made their way into the temple. Common bandits, I would think. He looks around at the bodies strewn around the place.
How is everyone? Do we need to rest here? Or are we good to go on?
I think we should rest.
What time of day is it? Zadriel.
Zadriel looks at her shield.
Would be just after noonish, by judging from the clockwork sun and moon on your shield.
It is only early. Could we not use this room to maybe patch wounds? Take an hour. How say you all?
Sounds like a good idea.
This is probably wise, as you have fallen, and be wise to regroup and maybe look at more strategy of moving around the temple. This place changes somewhat. I'm not sure of what may still be here and what has joined the temple since my last visit. It has been a number of years.
Carlos moves into that room and picks up his shield and his little throwing axe that he biffed in there.
No worries. Casimir also moves in. You have the body of a wolf in the door, a large wolf in the doorway that would probably have to be moved. You have several bodies of individuals, fur-lined armor and cloaks, large, big, sort of muscled individuals. And then the one that fell Dukanos, well armored, shield and spear, carrying a satchel as well. He's sort of slumped over where he was slain.
I'd like to search the bodies.
Is anyone going to aid Skathis in the searching of the corpses?
After Skathis is done searching, I would like to start burning the bodies.
All right.
Burn the bodies out there, not in here.
Casimir also echoes Fibblestib's concern. Probably not a good idea to burn the bodies inside here. Maybe take some outside.
I'd also like to take the fur armor off too, as that would hopefully add to some more comfort.
As the cold is still evident in this place, as you moved inside, the one thing you have noticed that the temperature has not improved from outside. It is still very, very cold. Roll investigation for me, please.
While he's doing that, Carlos would, every time a body's looted, Carlos would just drag it out of the way. But he will drag the wolf body into the room near one of those, I assume it's like a hay bale.
They're like a makeshift bedroll. You can see these guys have probably made a makeshift camp area here. Bedrolls, a little campfire in the center of the room. You can see in this corner here why they probably made a campfire. It seems to be a bit of a crack which leads outside, it seems. Very narrow. But the smoke seems to be trailing out that way. So a 7.
Yeah, no, really awesome roll, isn't it?
Even, I mean, it's bodies. You probably really don't need to investigate too much. There'll be certain things, obviously, you won't discover. But the armor itself, you can see the arm. It's not really armor. They've got fur-lined cloaks, similar to what you have. They have fur-lined boots and almost like a jacket-style thing, which goes over their armor. And there was 4 or 5 of them, so not including the gladiator. So you would be able to maybe utilize the furs, definitely, to bolster your own insulation against the cold. You also find across the berserkers, which were the bigger of the group, you find 500 gold pieces amongst the bodies, the various coin pouches and pockets. You find a strange stone on the gladiator, the more armored individual. His armor is very thick chain armor. even though it's been in battle, it doesn't look like it's taken any damage at all. It's not unlike the Sun Sword, which has been used but doesn't look like it's been used in other magical items you've come across before.
With that, I yell out, does anyone have any detect magic?
Give me 10 minutes and I can identify.
Yeah, do that then.
So what are you specifically looking to identify?
The armor.
So I'll finish what you find. Him himself, he's holding a spear, which is what is currently coated in Karnos's blood and entrails. He has wearing a chain shirt. He's got a necklace around his neck too, an amulet of sorts. He's also carrying a large satchel, and that strange stone you found was sitting next to his hand. And the stone is sort of an amber color, but it's speckled with red flecks throughout it.
All right, so that guy, I'm going to strip butt naked.
Okay.
No, we don't have time for that kind of. You can't just rape people anytime. It's just wrong. But I will cast detect magic and look over all the items that he's pulled apart.
Okay, so with the detect magic, the items that of any magical nature on your party obviously give off an arcane signature. Casimir lights up like a Christmas tree. Much of what he has is magical. The ring, the cloak. He has a bag that's giving off an arcane signature as well. Not that you would unexpect that. But the items that Skathis has removed from this armored individual also give off an arcane signature. Almost all of them.
Okay, so with the gold that I found, I'm handing to Karnos. Whether he wants it or not, he's getting the gold. I don't want it.
How much gold is that?
500.
500, right. Everyone happy for me to put that in the coffers?
Oh.
Do you want some?
Give Adok 100. They'll shut him up and put the 400 into the coffers.
Sure.
The gem that's on the floor, I give to to Fibble. And I open the satchel to find out what's in it.
It's empty.
There you go, Adok. I just counted out 100.
Thank you very much. Actually, you know what? You can have it. Yeah. I mean, because of what just happened. You take it.
And Skater sideways glance at Adok and raises his eyebrows.
The suggestion that you were given to last for 8 hours, by the way. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I'm a goblin, right? But I can have a heart. You just came back from the dead. You have it. It's fine. I don't.
Listen, everybody. And Carlos addresses the whole group, including Casimir. You all know Casimir will know now, I've been carrying a lot of the coin since the beginning of our agreed partnership. And I will tell you now, these bags, and you can see pouches evenly draped around them, these bags are getting fucking heavy. The main reason I am not willing to carry too much more gold is because it is going to get me it's going to be laboursome, hard to swing this damn sword very shortly. That's what I'm getting at.
Then I suggest we give the gold to Adok.
I'll take it.
Or,
I'll take it all.
Well, yeah, all right. But you could potentially, if you wanted to, Karnos, those pouches, you could just tie them to me. I will put my hands up, and you can tie them to me.
May I suggest something, perhaps?
Yes, Casimir, you may.
How about you put it in that bag that Gatus you are holding?
What type
This
of bag?
What? It's just a small bag. It's empty.
I will pass it here. I shall show you something.
I
Yeah,
pass it.
I have a feeling that's a interesting bag.
It is indeed Fibblestep.
It could be a
And
trap bag.
he turns it inside out. And out of it falls a shield. It's a standard buckler. Another 200 gold pieces. A set of common clothes. Blacksmith tools. Another spear, seemingly more mundane looking spear. A short sword. And another chain shirt. So, you see, this bag can hold much more than it appears.
Throw all the gold in it.
We can put much more than just gold in here.
How do we know it's not like a cursed? Maybe we should get it properly magically identified first.
I can tell
I
you
can
what
do
it
that.
is.
Give it here.
I can do that as well. And I can tell you what it is without identifying it. I've seen this before. This is bag,
Yeah.
This is bag of halting.
But I remember a story from one of my travels where a person was assuming they got a bag of holding, they stored all their equipment in it, and it turned out it was a cursed bag that looked very, very similar and ate everything they had.
Do not see me just tip everything out of the bag. If it was
Yeah.
eating the bag, it was eating these things, they would not be there.
That's a point. I'm not the brightest. Zadriel, put your hammer in the bag.
Why don't we put Vibustib in the bag?
How about I prove it to you? And he
We could
takes
always
he
put
takes
Addox
his
in the
cloak.
bag.
He takes his cloak off, folds it up, places it in the bag, and then opens the bag and shows you that there is nothing in the bag, even though he just put the cloak in there. He reaches into the bag and pulls out his cloak
Your army's got. Oh.
and places it back over his shoulders.
Oh, well, I'm convinced.
How
Yep.
do you know what you're looking for when you reach in there? What if we put something sharp?
It's magic.
It is like a portal almost. You reach in, you think about what you wish to retrieve, and you retrieve it. Usually, handle first.
That's awesome.
Zadriel,
Yeah, don't put anything no magical weapons into it. They can have a little bit of a.
It depends.
Yeah, they could have some fun. It doesn't always.
It does have a weight capacity. You cannot fill it up too much, but it carries a lot more than a standard bag. Careful not to rip it, or this will destroy everything in the bag.
What the dog?
oh no, we're just going to explain how the bag works. That's all. But it's fine.
Look, we can store all the gold in it. It's really good to store gold and gems in.
Just, I will, on the side of caution, do not put another bag of Olden into a bag of Olden, because it's like just fabric reality sort of just tears and self-combusts. It's just not. Yeah, it's not good.
But it is so much fun to watch.
I worry about you and what you've done to other people, and I'm a goblin.
It's in the cow. What about people? Can we? No people.
You could
That's
put the small
such a good
persons
idea.
in there, but they would probably suffocate. There is no.
Yeah. It's
Good to carry a dead body in though.
All right,
Yeah.
so who's going to carry said bag and all the equipment? Or does the bag not weigh anything? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, it'd
Pretty
be good
much.
for you. Yeah, you use it to carry the gold in. Then you don't have to worry about the weight of the gold.
All right.
Casimir hands it to you, do whatever you will. He also waves his hand, hearing
To me?
Yeah, he hands it to you, Carlos. He waves his hand over the other items, hearing Fibblestep talking about identify, and casts identify over the other items. And turns to you, Fibblestep, and says, Bloodstone. Not used for much. Worth about 50 gold, but Tinkerer. Arcane user, you might find use for it. And hands you the amber stone with the blood with the small flecks in it.
Oh, so it's a bloodstone?
Bloodstone. Should be in D&D Beyond as well.
If D&D actually plays ball, I'll put that in.
It's like I said, it's basically an opaque dark grey gemstone with red flecks. It's worth about 50 gold. You may find another use for it, however, with your imagination. The amulet he picks up and says, actually turns to Adok or Skathis, looks in your guys' direction and says, you are less armored than Ciathas. Maybe this will help you. Possibly. You wear this around your neck, you will be a little harder to hit.
Will that affect my gauntlets that I have on?
No, you're wearing you got the braces of defense, yeah?
Yeah.
It's an attuned item from what I understand, so even if you're attuned to it, it should stack with your braces of defense. It's a +1 amulet of defense, +1 AC. So you guys decide who gets that.
I would love to have that, Skathis. I just have a small problem. I can't touch it at the moment.
Why can't
But
you touch it?
given to you.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, if you decide that Adok is to have this, I can just put it on you.
What's your armor class, Adok?
I don't know. I mean, my armor class is leather.
I mean, yeah. What's your armor rating?
My armor rating.
Rating.
How
you know,
hard can
pretty
people
sturdy.
hit you?
Yeah, how easy is it for you to be hit, Adok? I think it's fairly easy.
I
We
usually
can
stand at the
test-
back so people don't hit me. But
We can test it out.
no, I'm good. Put your armor down. I'm fine.
He's lower than you, Skathis, so
All right. You can have it then.
Got not metagaming there though.
yeah. Well done,
Yeah,
guys.
but Skathis is up the front more than. So, he's getting more attacks at him. And he did go down a couple of times last time. So, might also be an idea to have.
Voice is yours.
Yeah,
Casimir gives it to Kaunos. Actually, no, he gives it to Sadriel. Said, once they decide, you give it to them. And then he turns to Kaunos and says, well, as you are already wearing an armor piece much like this one, this would probably benefit you.
Yeah. Yeah. What does it do?
Again, makes a little harder for you.
Oh, sweet. Carlos sort of picks it up. He's got the bag of holding in his backpack on the ground, and he's kind of arranging things.
Yeah, no worries. And you will realise that whatever you put into the bag of holding, for Karnos' sake, it will just be like there's nothing in the bag. It weighs as much as the bag weighs and nothing more. Even when there's stuff in it.
Sweet. Yeah, I figured that. I was just Karnos wouldn't have known. This armor, is it like a +1 or something?
+1 chain shirt, yeah.
Okay, sweet.
And of course, this thing, and he picks it up and spins it around and then hits it on the ground. Clack wood on stone, the spear. Suppose any one of you would be able to use this. But there's only one person here that does not use a weapon. But I have seen that may benefit from a weapon from time to time. And he looks directly at you. He looks directly at you, Skathis. This is as a martial practitioner. This will aid you and act as a martial weapon also. But this is a little better. You have little bit easier time hitting something with this, and if it is of the undead nature, we'll do a little more damage.
I take it and test it out a little bit.
It will also need to be attuned from
Mhm.
from memory. Yes, it is attunement. It's a Corpse Slayer spear. So again, just to give the viewers a description of the spear, it's a +1 to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon. When you hit an undead creature with an attack using this weapon, your deck deals an extra 1d8 of the weapon type's damage, so piercing damage in this particular instance. And the creature has disadvantage on saving throws and effects against turn undead until the start of your next turn when you hit an undead creature with it. So that is also in D&D Beyond.
Yep.
That is it. So we will say over the course of the identification and discussions, unless there's anything further you wish to discuss, you rest for an hour. You are able to use hit die equal to the hit die that you have to regain HP. Obviously, if you gain any spell slots back due to a short rest or any abilities due to a short rest, you gain those back also.
So short rest, you say?
Yes, short rest.
I'm still.
Oh,
trouble
I
doing
would
this.
I would like to do something, Mr. DM.
Of course.
So whilst everyone's resting over the hour, Adok is going to whip out his flute, and he's just going to learn how to play.
Whip it out.
He's going to learn how to play a G chord, which is going to sound like a brown note instead of an actual G chord.
Whoa.
Yeah. And just high-pitched squealing and just terrible noises coming from the flute.
Okay.
But anyone who chooses to continue listening to Adok doing this painful rendition of Celine Dion's "My Heart Will Go On" will get 1d6 worth of hit points.
Okay. So roll your d6. If everyone sits there and listens to this horrible noise coming from Adok, Casimir sort of tries to tune it out, relaxes.
They get a lovely 1 point of extra healing.
But you do get an extra HP of healing.
It's a D6, is it?
It was
Yeah.
a d6, yeah, so
How
he
did
got
you
one.
roll it?
He rolled a 1.
One's one, man.
1 HP. This is the recorder version. Yes, that chat. Recorder version. Right, so I will just move you all into this room for now, because roughly that's where you would have been. Is your cannon still up, Adok? Out of curiosity.
Cannon after an hour disappears, and I can't use it again until a long rest.
Okay, so it's gone.
It's gone for good.
So just again, what was your investigation was fairly low, wasn't it? You were investigating the bodies. Does anyone want to look around the room by any chance? Maybe determine what this crack is. You can see, like, you can literally see there's a crack in the wall here. The walls in this place, the ceilings have that sort of amber glow, and there's a few patches that shimmer from time to time. It's kind of weird, but also almost very interesting as well to look at. Just the stones and everything. The torches don't look magical, so they look like they've been packed and lit, but they're burning relatively brightly.
Is there anything of noticeable worth that I might be able to see in this room?
Roll an investigation, apart from the things you've just taken from, that's just been taken from these bodies at this point. DC 10, not really. Unless you think you can sell a torch or a bedroll, maybe some burnt logs from a campfire, but generally,
Probably not in this economy.
no. Karnos, you said you'd pulled the direwolf into this room,
Correct.
and the rest of the bodies were taken outside and burned.
Yeah. I was gonna try and jam the direwolf into the crack in the wall till I realised it was much bigger than what I expected.
It's. If you want to go have a look at it, I can give you a bit more information on it.
After having that rest and sort of putting some bandages on, sewing up whatever bits and pieces I had to, I'll head over to that crack in the wall, I'm about to stuff the wolf in this crack, and I'm like,
So
hang on,
it's about 2 feet wide.
I don't want to make this crack hairy with this wolf. It seems to go somewhere, and I'm going to investigate it.
To roll investigation. So what you see is a natural fissure has opened in the mountainsides. This is a natural occurrence. It's not man-made. It's creating a 2 foot wide gap at about 10 feet tall, and it's actually dropping down about 15 feet as well. So it drops away 15 feet. You can see light coming from beyond it. You assume it looks like natural light from outside.
How wide did you say it was?
2 feet. 2 feet wide.
Is
10
it
feet
able,
wide.
would one of the little folk be able to sort of shimmy down it?
Possibly, like you said, it looks like it drops down 15 feet, and it looks like it just heads outside.
Oh, okay.
You can, if you listen, you can hear the wind and that coming from the exterior of the temple.
Right. I can hear some wind. Adok or Fibble, do you think maybe you want to have a look up this windy crack?
I'll let Phil take this one.
Baking powder.
What?
It's good for your crack. Baking powder.
People, go look in the hole.
Phrasing. Okay.
And Zadriel will walk around the room looking around while he does it.
Roll investigation, Zadriel. Fibble, you see exactly what I described to Karnos. It's just it's a 2 foot wide natural gap in the rock, which has been formed through whether earthquake or shifting of the stone. 15 feet down, and it's about 10 foot high. It drops away 15 feet into a large sort of cavern of sorts, which you can see and hear the exterior of the temple.
Yep. Nothing good here.
Zadriel, looking around the room, the walls, you put your hand on the walls and sort of run it. It's very, very smooth, almost polished. A little dusty, it's been abandoned for a long time, but it's very smooth stone. Has a real yellowy tinge to it. And you walk around the room and a few patches feel rough to touch, but nothing really stands out.
I'm gonna stop at this doorway over there and see it. Just listen.
Roll perception for me.
11.
That's what you hear from behind the door. You don't see any movement or anything under the door like you would expect. If someone was walking past or something like that, you'd might probably hear footsteps or see maybe a torchlight or something move. But you don't see anything like from under the door, but you definitely hear something outside. It's an odd sound.
I think we are dealing with more undead or ghosts or something behind this door. Or a lot of wind. Just so we know.
Maybe it's another windy crack.
Could be.
Karnos did have beans.
Do we want to just have a peekaboo through the door maybe and see? Is there a keyhole?
Is there a keyhole?
Does not appear
no?
to be. It's just a closed door. The doors are not unlike many castle doors or keep doors you've seen before. Wooden doors, iron banded, a simple ring turn knob which is on the inside. It lifts a small bar which unlatches the door. The doors look like they swing inward.
You know, my time that I had prior to coming here, I met a fellow who was very astute in the magical nature. Started with the name Moriel. He taught me a trick where if the doors and the hinges swing inside, then you can sort of weave, I guess, like a magical illusion to make it look like the doors are still there, and then you can see through them without anyone seeing in.
You know someone named Moriel?
Yeah, smoky
That-
bloke. You know, it's kind of weird.
That is my father's name.
Really?
Yes.
No kidding.
You don't
Yes.
say.
That's my father's name as well.
Did he
Maybe we are siblings.
Did he?
God, I hope not.
Did he
I
have?
was just telling lies.
Did he
Yes.
Did he have like cold hands, perchance? Like really cold hands?
He is a cleric of sorts of the dead.
Yeah, it's a bloke. Wait, what? Is that a bloke? Are you serious?
Yes.
What's his last name?
The same last name as mine.
Moriel.
No, Steelrun.
Oh, right. I didn't know that was your last name.
You need to take time to learn about people. But anyway, we have more important things here.
Oh, well, just saying that was if you want to have a look. Anyway, it's. Alright.
There's a lot of rooms outside that are open. We could look in those, or we could just go to the nearest door.
Hear it
Hang
again.
on.
You hear it again, Zidriel. You're the only one to hear it because you're still closest to the door. And it's definitely outside that door. There's something there. You're not sure what.
I grab Skathis and I push his head by the door. Listen. You hear that?
What? I listen.
You hear nothing.
I hear nothing. There's nothing there.
We're all watching this, right?
Yep.
Carlos flicks a single gold coin to Adok, goes, "Here, for your troubles." And then Carlos walks over the door and just opens the door.
As you're walking over to the door, Karnos, you hear this. Only you. It's in your head. It's almost like white noise.
I stop right shy of the door as I put my hand on the handle thing, and I'm like, "Do you hear that?"
What did you hear?
It's like,
I heard that on the other side of the door.
I heard nothing.
No one else hears anything. And Karnos, it was, just whispers.
yeah, that's kind
Yeah,
of.
couldn't make out the voice. You couldn't make out what they were saying. It was just like a drone of whispers.
I grab Adok and I smash his head up to the door. Do you listen?
As you grab Adok away, he's just staring at the gold coin that's on the floor. He hasn't picked it up. It's like, no, I'll go. Oh, yeah. What?
Listen.
You hear nothing. All this time, Casimir's looking at you guys. He's just watching. He has a look on his face, a little confused.
Yeah.
You're hearing something?
Can you not hear that?
No. You're right, Carlos, because you've just came well. You had the blood and you feeling alright? Zadriel, I got no idea for you, but if your father's who I think he is, that explains a lot.
Carlos picks up the coin and just tucks it down your shirt.
Thank you.
And then If
That
no
was
one
a
else,
single coin, by the way, not two.
so it is. Then if no one else stops me, I'm going to grab the ring of the door, creak it open if it comes, and just peek through.
Readying my weapons.
So, which door? You open whatever door you're going to peek open, and what you will see will be what you will see.
Yeah, sure.
Just some clarification here. One, can't find the damn spear. Two, who has the amulet? Me or Adok?
Zadro has it at the moment.
I do.
Okay.
Corpse Slayer spear should be there. It should.
It's not showing up. I put in spear and I get a
No,
whole list.
corpse. Type in corpse, not just spear.
Yeah, I've done that. Nothing.
I'll find it and put it there later.
Also,
Cool.
what do you mean that explains a lot as he opens the door?
Well, you know,
Famous
like you
words, by the way.
take charge and you're, you know, interesting and terrifying all at the same time, and you're very good with things of undead nature and all of the
You
things
may not be
that,
proficient at what we just.
you know, like you're just good at killing things.
Oh,
Really good at it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And I'll give you a gold coin.
I cannot touch this. I would like to, but I can't. Do you mind just putting it in my pocket?
Then put it in his pocket.
That's not my pocket. He's going to give you a wink.
Zadriel just shakes your head.
Add a spear +1, and just make a note that it does an extra 1d8 damage against the undead for now. Because it's not showing up in here. It should.
Who wants this necklace of Did you two decide before we go forward? Which? Right, I slip it over his neck. So you have the necklace of protection.
No problem. So who'd you give it to?
Adok.
It'll need to be attuned. So it
Before
won't
it does
work
it.
straight away.
Okay.
Mr. Stubb, did you get anything out of this deal?
Yeah, I got the stone. I've got
Yeah.
plans.
Getting
Yeah,
stone is what your type seem to do best.
I did not get anything.
Zadriel, did you not get anything?
I don't need anything.
There's this lovely handbag I'm wearing. It now has a few items in, including coins.
Nothing new.
No?
You got a man bag?
Well, I'm
It's
a man, and it's a bag, I guess, yeah.
Goes well with your sparkly sword.
Do you think so? And I'll hold the sword next to it to try and look if they match. Does anyone want me to open this damn door?
Yes, please.
Well,
Stand back.
I mean, I could do. All right.
What are you going to do?
Well, I just said that, you know,
Needs to be attuned.
Yes.
if it comes inwards, I cast minor
so-
illusion, and then
All right, then.
Oh, yeah.
Go for gold.
Yeah.
I'll add the spear in after the session, and we'll make it official. But all Corpse Slayer weapons can be attached to any weapon types. That's why it's not undead. So it's a +1 spear with the Corpse Slayer attachment to it. It does need to be tuned before you can use it. It will act as a regular spear until you tune.
So regular, not +1.
Not a +1, no.
Okay.
All right, Adok, throw up your illusion, man.
okay, Adok, I would like to. Adok again is going to whip
Look,
out a bit of fleece.
I'm just going to point this out. Do you know what the other side of the door looks like?
You're muted, Cam.
I'm sure it's the same as what this side looks like, just reversed.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I don't think the bad guys care about what the door looks like or pay attention, especially if they're ghosts.
All right, so I'll make it bright pink then. Adok's gonna whip out just a bit of fleece and enlarge the fleece till it's like the size of the same doors as they swing inwards to try and make a minor illusion.
Okay. Cast minor illusion.
Yes.
Noted. And Karnos, do you open the doors?
Yeah, I creak open the right-hand side door.
Open the right-hand side door.
I can't. Game's paused.
Yes, you can. Don't lie.
Here goes. It makes its own noise.
What you see right here is a human skull floating about 5-6 feet off the ground, and it is on fire.
There is a floating skull. So I'm peekabooing through this door. So you're.
Yep.
There's a floating skull. It's kind of like a person's skull. It's on fire.
How loud are you saying this, by the way? Considering you're looking through an open door.
like a low hush, but not too quiet.
Okay.
Karnos,
Yeah,
close the door.
done.
As you were closing the door, you watched the skull turn and look directly at you. Natural 20 on the perception check. But
Oh,
so
nice. It turned and looked at me.
If only we had a water cantrip or something to put it out.
What?
Or ice. It's on fire.
Zadriel, can you touch water, like make it, blessed or something?
Yes.
Adok's then gonna like shove his water. I can't touch his water skin. God damn it!
Don't
Adok's
touch
gonna
it
point to his water skin. Touch it, please. Touch it.
You all hear as the door shakes with an impact. Something has hit it.
This is bad.
The second one.
Everyone, positions. I'm going to swing both doors open. Now, ready? And I'm giving
And
everyone.
the third one.
I'm giving everyone a few seconds. I'm going to throw both doors.
Okay.
I'll move over for you, Zadriel. Are you ready?
Why don't we just leave? We don't have to
Right.
open the door. No, we can
Ready.
bar it.
No, open the doors.
As you open the doors, we're just gonna give me a second before we do anything. As you open the doors, you find in this hallway several of those same flaming skulls, just floating around in the hallway. They all turn. You can see the inside of the door now, as they don't seem to be taking any notion of the illusion if it's still up. It was charred. It looks like they're throwing some form of fire spell at it. The walls of this 20-foot high, wide, and 70-foot long arched corridor are sheathed in amber. The southern half of the hall is scorched in fire, which is where you are currently looking. You see a body here, just scorch marks all around the base of this sort of corridor. It's got a burnt fur cloak. Several amber doors lead from this hall. 3 arrow slits cut into the right-hand eastern wall. And floating here in this hall are several of these flaming skulls. And they've already started firing at the thing, so we're going to roll initiative for everybody now, please.
Initiative.
As the battle starts. Just waiting on Adok and Casimir. So, Adok, you are first in the initiative order.
How do you get 0.16?
That's what that does is it's automatically allowing for dexterity. It's it's like a dexterity tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So I when I first rolled, I was like, yeah, how do you get that? But yeah, it's a dexterity tiebreaker.
Yeah, okay, I see.
So, Adok, you are first up in the initiative order as you sort of, again, you all look down this corridor. Karnos, you're the first to sort of open the doors. You would be able to let everyone know in your free action what you see.
Okay, a few skulls, then a floating, a dead body that looks charred. I think it's some arrow slits and some doors. Incoming!
Adok, you're up. With Casimir on board.
Adok's going to turn to Karnos, and as he's grabbing rapidly into his component pouch a bunch of iron, he's going to say, "Oh, I hate you!" And he's going to like throw the iron at Zadriel and cast Enlarge.
Okay, so just for the viewers at home, explain what Enlarge does.
So, Enlarge the spell, the target size doubles in all dimensions, and its weight is multiplied by 8. Is weight? It's weight. The growth increases the size by 1 category from medium to large. For example, the creature attains a maximum possible size, blah, 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 blah.
Yep, so...
The target has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and the target's weapons also grow to match its new size. So they deal an extra 1d4 damage.
So, yeah, so you have advantage on strength checks and saving throws and a 1d4 on your weapon, as it is a strength-based weapon. And you're also large, so it's going to take you a little bit to get through that door. It's a medium-sized door, so you may have to bend down to get through it, but you'll be able to get through it as long as there's no one else in the doorway at the time. But you are now enlarged. Is that your turn, Adok?
No, he's going to hightail it behind this hay bale, or whatever this is.
They are bedrolls, they're not
Bedroll.
cover.
Okay, damn it. He's going to run to where the cold spot is, because they're flaming skulls. So
the cold spot will be over here by the fissure.
Yeah.
No problem. So that's your turn. Casimir, it is now his turn. He is going to shield on himself as an action, and as a bonus action, he is going to... What's a range on that?
His shield spell isn't the reaction shield spell that just gives him 5 for a round, is it?
No, it's part of it's part of his. Oh no, it is. Sorry, I misread that. So that is.
Yeah,
I can't
I've
do that.
done the
Mage
same
armor
thing.
is what I wanted to cast.
That's it.
I knew there was something there. Yeah, so mage armor is what he casts.
I made the same mistake, that's why I asked.
Crap. But he's going to cast Ice Storm. I believe he can do it. Gotta make sure he's in the right position. Gonna move to here. He's gonna cast Ice Storm at the 4th level. Here. And he needs to... They need to make a dexterity saving throw. Oh crap, they have high dex. God, natural 20. That one fails. And that one fails. So they will take... These ones will take damage. 26 points of total damage. Bludgeoning and cold. Those ones seem to almost blink out. The two that it hits. This one on the right hand front only taking half. So this one here and this one seem like they almost blink out with the Ice Storm. As it is... How long does it rage on? Until it's continuing until the end of his next turn. That will remain. Anyone moving into it will take damage as well. As an Ice Storm moves in that area. It's this guy's turn. He is going to, right off the bat, as a bonus action, drop a flaming sphere in between Casimir and, if I would stop targeting things, between Casimir and Fibblestib. So as per what we discussed with you, Fibblestib, you and Casimir need to make a dexterity saving throw, please. I believe the damage is going to be 5. Half as much if you succeed. So 2 fire damage. Fibble. Casimir makes his. He will take 5. He fails. Let me just show that. That's the spell there. Go back to public rolls. The Casimir takes a little bit of fire damage, as does Fibble as he casts that. It then casts if I click the right button at you, Karnos, magic missile. 3 missiles, 4 damage each, so 12 points of force damage.
12 points of force damage.
As the missiles snake out and slam into your armor.
Just let me check something right here. I have a reaction with my shield. I believe. Oh, no saves of magic missile, is there?
Nope,
Never mind.
there is no saves for the magic missile.
Never mind.
So you are struck with a magic missile. Next up is this one here, moves into view. Believe we just need to check something here. Well within range. He is going to cast when it lets me cast it. Fireball right there, and we'll take the first one I rolled. Just wanted to get the marker. So need a dexterity save from everybody except for Adok, as a fireball erupts in this room. DC 13 to beat. For half damage. Casimir saves with a 19. So, Karnos, you'll get a +5 if you're within 10 feet of Zadriel.
I passed anyway, so that's
Pass
good.
anyway.
Thank you.
So, if you beat the DC of 13, half damage of 15.
But 15 is half, is it?
15 is half, yes. Total was 31. Casimir is looking a little bloodied, but he is still up. Next up is this guy back here. Another flaming skull moves forward just to the outside of the blizzard, and we will say once again in that same radius there, need to all make a dex save again as another fireball erupts. This time 27 damage for a failed save. Karnos +5, you'll be good. Zadriel, not so much. Double failure.
What's half damage?
Half damage will be
You said
13. Yeah, 13.
13.
Yep.
And down I go.
Skathis is unconscious. Get rid of this now. Casimir takes... where did I do his save? Did I do his save? Yes, 19. So he takes half damage of 13. He's not looking too good. Skathis is unconscious. Fibble, you're now up. Carnos on board.
Okay, so first I'd move to something like that. Wait a minute. Where the hell's Skathis?
He is here.
Actually, I'd move like that across,
Mm-hmm.
and then on Skathis cast spare. No, the owl would touch him, and then I'd cast Cure Wounds. On
Kill
him.
wounds. What level? First level?
Level. Yeah, first level, 10 hit points.
10 HP. Skathis, as you blink awake after a singeing fireball explodes in your face, dropping you to unconsciousness. You blink awake, still singed and burnt, but alive. Is that you, Fibble?
That's me.
Carnos, you're up. Skathis on board after that.
Carlos is like, that was a lot harder than I was expecting. There's ice out there.
And he reaches forward as his action and closes the doors.
No worries, doors closed.
For my movement, I'm going to move right into the corner. I don't know if I can situate in the corner perfectly or not.
I can put you there.
Facing if they come in, and in order to say,
Oh, I'm going to try and hit anything that bashes through the door, but hopefully that'll stop the AoEs. Any ideas would be good.
I was going to yell back.
Not have opening the door in the first place.
Yeah.
No
That-
decisions will be
I
made.
second that.
What I tried to say at the start.
So,
We can run out the others.
that's it. The free action, 6 seconds, guys.
I'm just
Anything else?
holding my bonus action for in case they come through the door.
Okay, so
So
with
I
the
have
doors
one
closed, you all hear another impact on the door. Not a divine smite. Damn it. The door shakes, splinters a little bit, and you can see smoke starting to wisp through the cracks of the door. Another impact on the door. The wood is starting to splinter at the impact and push inwards. Flames is now starting to lick inside the flame, and you can see smoke now really pushing through into the room. Carnos being the closest, you probably will get a little bit of an effect from the smoke. It's thick and dark from the wood, but it's not too bad at this point. Another impact. Skathis, it is now your turn. The doors are not looking good. One more, maybe two, and they will buckle and break inward. But they are on fire. Skathis, it's your turn. Zadriel on board.
That's fireball, is it? Or
That's a flaming sphere, which is still in the room.
that's gonna hurt, isn't it?
Possibly. You don't know.
All right. So
Well, you would know. You'd know that Fibbles doesn't hurt you. Maybe.
I'm resistant, not immune, which I forgot about. So anyway,
All good. These are things you got to remember.
so it's a bonus action or free action to open doors.
You're going to push past Casimir.
Yeah.
Free action to open the door, but you will take fire damage as you pass through the flaming sphere or past it.
Yep.
So that'd be, and you cast it as low, so it would be D4, isn't it? From memory. Yep.
I don't know.
No, it's a D4. Ignore that one. Take 5 points of fire damage, which will be halved to 2 because of your resistance.
D6.
This one's cast is lower.
Ah.
It's a slightly lower version of it.
Right. Open the. Did I open that door? I thought I opened the door. Open the door. Open. There's doors open.
It
Okay.
was actually open.
It was
Yeah,
open. You closed it.
I get that now.
Come on.
And
6
out.
seconds.
There, I'm done.
It's you. You're running away. Okay.
Yep. I can't stand
You watch
fighting those.
as Scathus runs from the room, leaving you guys to fend for yourselves. It seems. Zadriel, you're up. Adok to follow.
Would I know if they were undead or fiendish?
You would almost guarantee that they are something of that line. It's a floating skull that's on fire.
I am trying to get out from the fire is hurting my skin, and I was like, from celestial fire I was made, so you can fuck off. And I take my holy symbol of Ravenkind, and I activate Turn Undead, which is a wisdom save
You
for
need
anything
to
within.
see them to do this because the
Ah,
doors are
fuck.
currently closed. You would have to open the doors to do it, I think. Just double check. I'm not sure if you have to see them.
It says, if you have turn the undead or turn the unholy, you can expend 3 charges, present the symbol using the feature. It doesn't say about seeing them, but
I would say
guess
they would
that's
have to. I would
discretion.
say they would have to, being it's the symbol itself that is turning them. So I would say that they would have to be able to see you and the holy symbol for it to take
I'm
effect
gonna
on them.
get it ready, but I'm gonna lay on hands myself for 20
cool.
points, and that's me.
That is you. Adok, you're up. Casimir on board.
Okay. Eric's gonna look at the cold, look at the fire, look at the cold, look at the fire, look at the cold, look at the fire, and he's gonna fuck, and he's gonna run to Casimir, and as he's gonna run to the fire, he is hopefully with enough move. Fuck, he can't reach.
Before you look, if you look like you're going to run to aid Casimir holds up a hand and just shakes his head. Says, "Don't worry, I'm fine."
Okay, so then he's probably ran this far. And then he's gonna run back that way and attempt to go through this crack with his whole.
It's 2 feet wide, so you'd better squeeze into it, yeah. But it drops 15 feet after about 2 feet, so you could probably just get inside initially, but after that you would drop 15 feet into a fissure, which drops further in.
He's just gonna stand there and wait 2 feet in. That's
Okay, cool. That's your turn.
Yes.
Casimir misty steps away from the flaming orb to here. He's looking hurt, but he's away from the flaming orb. He then what can he do? That's a bonus action. Can't do that. Nope. So that's pretty much him. Next up is a flaming skull who will take a bit more damage. No, he won't, because that will disappear. That disappears. So you hear another explosion against the door, and the door buckles. One door falls inwards towards just past you, Karnos. Hits the floor here, smouldering. And this guy here casts something, and as you sort of peer around the corner, Karnos, this one here, it seems like it's phasing in and out, almost. You're finding it hard to see. It's sort of shifting and phasing and moving. Next up
You muted,
is...
Baz.
Sorry, I just said I'd tuck back into the corner, so I'm not sure if I'd see it.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to peer around the corner, that's what you'd see. It looks like it's shifting and phasing in and out. This guy here can't really see anyone at this point, so he's going to move in to about there. Still can't see anybody. Even so, he is going to, knowing that there's people there, he has the ability to do this also. Drops another fireball in the room. So we need everybody that's in that. So Casimir's just outside. Fibble, you're on the edge, so you will need to make a save. Fibble, Zadriel, and Karnos. Skathis, you'll feel the heat come through the door. You're just outside the 10 feet this time, Karnos, so you will not get the effects of Zadriel's aura. Fibble, you will save. Karnos, you will fail, take full damage. Half damage, Fibble. Zadriel, your save, please. You will also fail.
Wait, do
I
I get
can't
plus
hear you.
5?
What?
Isn't your +5 automatic? Does it
Oh, yeah,
automatically put it
maybe.
on? Because it's got a +5 on
No.
it. Is that your natural +5?
I think that's my natural plus 5.
Okay, it's not a biggie, but yep. Okay, I've got my cup of tea.
Okay, add your +5 if it doesn't.
Hey, it's
If
come
it doesn't look
back.
like it's added it, if that's your natural save, I might have to double check your sheet because your dexterity should be high enough that you should get a +5. I'll have to double check it. But
Yeah, my dex is already a plus 5, so that's what
Okay.
that is.
so
it'd
it'll be 17, so that'll be
17?
half damage.
Okay.
So for you, it'll be 17 points of fire damage. Karnos will get 34. Fiddlestick will take 17. As another fireball ignites in the room.
Karnos is unconscious.
Karnos against the wall once again is dropped to unconsciousness. Next up is this guy here. He can't see anything. He's going to wait. Going to move into this position here. Fiddlestick, you're up. You've seen Karnos drop in the corner once again to unconsciousness. As the smoke is now trailing, and Adok, you'll be starting to get a bit of smoke coming your way, so your vision's going to be lightly obscured while you're in that fissure at this point, and the smoke's getting thicker because that's its only source of escape.
Everybody gets 8 points of healing. As
60
I
foot?
Cast, yeah, within 60 foot, as I cast Mass Healing Word. And I'm going to say, let's get the fuck out of here.
And that's you.
I wouldn't receive that, would I?
Do
Yes,
you have to
would.
see him? He's outside the room behind a wall.
You cast up to 6 creatures of your choosing that you can see within range.
Yep,
So,
so
no, he doesn't
Skathis,
get
you
it.
would not.
Cool, just making sure.
Well
And
done.
then I would dash out the door.
You're going to take a little bit of damage scooting past the fire thing there in the doorway. So 7 points of fire damage as you scoot past the flaming sphere. Karnos, you're up.
Right, as Karnos' bonus action, he's going to use his fighter trait Second Wind to gain some HP.
No worries.
And this is +8, whatever I roll here, so 6, 8, 14 total.
No worries, noted.
He sort of holds the sun sword in his shield, and he sort of takes a deep breath in and focuses, just watching Fiddlestick sort of bolt out the door or towards the door, and he thinks, that is probably a good idea. And he heads 10, 15, 20, past that orb, 25, 30 out the door, and then, oh, fuck it, this is, cannot go through the wall.
Yeah, so you're far enough away you won't take damage from the orb.
And then I'm going to use my, because I haven't used my action, so I'm just going to use my action to dash further, how many feet I can, 30 feet I think, something about that.
No worries.
And Karnos will call,
I am sorry, let's get the hell out of here.
that's it for me.
Good for you. Zadriel, how long does the enlarge last, Adok?
I am finding out for you. It lasts for a total of 1 minute, and it's
Okay, so it's
concentration
cool.
based.
That's alright. Next up is this guy. He's going to move into the room to here. and attack the first person he sees, which will be Zadriel, with a magic missile. You'll take 12 points of force damage as 3 darts of energy leave the skull and strike you in the chest. Skathis, you're up. Zadriel on board.
I'm going to stick my head around the door, trying to assess the situation. Is there anything I can do? Not really.
Up to you. What you do is solely up to you, my friend.
Alright. No, I don't want that. I want that move there so I can see.
You can see the flaming sphere still there. It's warm. Not quite close enough to do any damage. But you've got the creature right there next to Zadriel.
I'm going to use, when I find the action that I want, she's there, Fist of Unbroken Air.
Roll your attack.
No attack needed. It needs to make a strength saving throw of 13.
It'd be an automatic fail. He has no strength.
Alright, so that would be 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
As you've seen the skull skittering backwards, smashing against the wall.
Cool. And that would end my turn.
No problem. It is your turn. One of these creatures is downed. Zadriel, it is now your turn.
Okay, so the door's open, yeah?
You've got one door open, the other door is burning away. You could probably kick it down at this point with a free action easily enough to give you line of sight down the hallway.
I kick it open and show my amulet and again say, fuck off! And then you can make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Within 30.
What's the DC? 13?
I do believe it is. I'm looking, because it's an amulet.
Yeah, I think the amulet
My
is...
charisma modifier, I think.
Where is it?
Charisma.
Turn
something.
undead. If you have the turn undead,
No, it's 15. There you go.
15.
I found it.
There you go. I knew it was on there somewhere. 11, they still fail. I'll roll a collective, just not roll them all.
Alright.
So they all fail.
Alright, so they have to do everything they can to get away from me, and they have disadvantage on their saving throws.
How long does that last for any length of time, or is it just that turn?
I think it's a minute. Wait, yeah. No, that's Pole Vampires. I'll have to look up the undead spell.
I think it's, yeah, if you have the turn undead or turn unholy
I've
feature,
got
you
it.
can spend 3 charges when you present a holy symbol. This
Okay,
feature.
here we go. Turn creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can. It can't move within 30 feet of you. It can't take reactions.
It just needs to move away initially.
Yes, for 1 minute
1 minute. Okay.
or until it takes damage.
Cool, no worries. So, that is duly noted. That is your turn, is it not?
Yes.
Adok, it is now your turn. Casimir on board.
Great. Adok's gonna see Zadriel doing that. He's gonna creep 2 feet out of the fissure. He's gonna assess what's going on. And he's gonna yell as he's running towards Zadriel, screaming, I don't know what you're doing, but we've got to go! And he's going to hold his action at the moment in case
That's now gone too.
any of them are going to come through the door. And fuck, all his spells are fire-based. He is just going to hold his action.
You're going to hold your action for what specifically, and what action you're going to hold?
If they run through the door, he's going to dash to that door.
Well, you can do that now.
I know, but he's going to stay in there because
Okay. You're going to hold a dash action. Right.
Yeah.
The Casimir's turn. Casimir moves to there. And once again, He looks at... Got a couple of options here. He might upscale the spell. Gonna cast Ice Storm once again. And we'll make a collective dexterity save. Which they all fail, so they all take 26 points of cold and bludgeoning damage. Double check their resistances and immunities. So they all take damage. They're all looking a little bloody for those. For Zadro, you can see that their flame dips out for a short time. Not the one at the back is destroyed. As the ice storm remains, I believe, next to the end of Casimir's turn, so he's holding it there. It is now their turn. This one targets you once again, Zadriel. Actually, no, it has to move away, doesn't it? They have to move away first. Well, they don't have to move away first. They can attack, but it's at disadvantage. Or do they have to move away first?
They have to do everything they can to get away from me, basically. So
I'd say they'd move. I'd say they'd have to do that first. That would be their first action. This is as far as they can get. Is the end of that hall, basically. It takes them out of Casimir's effect. So any attack they make against you is at disadvantage, yes?
For its action, it can only use the dodge action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving.
Cool, that's it. That's all it can do then. That's all they can do. That is Fiddlesip. Now your turn.
Okay, so I am going to actually move up to here and shut that door and leave the other one open. And that's it. And say, come on people, get the fuck out of here.
That's you. Carnos, you're on board.
Carnos
With
is
Scathus
going
to follow.
I'm going to look into the door. I can see Scathus and Adok and Casimir. And I guess I can see Fibble too. Who would look the worst out of you three? Out of those three?
Casimir's looking pretty bloodied from what you can tell. As you passed him, he's not looking good. Scathus is about the same.
And Adok is relatively unscathed.
Don't think I can help Casimir, but I'm going to hold forward the sun sword, light it up, as I have not done that yet. And I'm going to call on, with my other hand resting on one of my drinking flasks, I'm going to call on the power of the DM and say, DM, shield this one, and cast Shield of Faith on Scathus. Scathus, you get +2 to your armor class for the next 10 minutes. I am concentrating.
No worries.
No, yes I am concentrating.
Right.
And then I'm going to move. I'll move 30 feet in behind the door. Oh, turn the ruler off, Baz. Move up to here so I can see. And that is it for Carnos, thank you.
Is it for Carnos? No worries. Next up is Scathus.
They've all moved back further, haven't they?
They have. You would have heard from your position, Zadriel, basically hold up this, because she's way big now, so you definitely would have heard her holding up the holy symbol and telling them to all fuck off.
And there's a spell in front of it too, in there.
There is a hail of ice and snow in that hallway at the moment, yes.
I yell Zadriel to move back. Let them come towards us. And hold an action for when Zadriel moves back and they move forward, I guess. Because I can't do anything. I'm not going through that thing. I'll die.
Possibly. So you're going to hold an action?
Yeah.
No problem. Next up is Zadriel's turn. With Adok on board.
Zadriel will move back to. Wait a minute, let me look at my roller thingy. The doorway. And cast Aura of Vitality, which is a 30-foot aura centered on me, and give 2d6 each turn to whoever I like. So I'm going to give it to myself. So
Okay. You give yourself 2d6 of healing.
yes.
And what does the Aura of Vitality do?
The Aura of Vitality. Healing energy radiates from you in an aura of 30 foot until the spell ends, which is a concentration of a minute.
Yep.
The aura moves with you, centered on you. You can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura, including you, to regain 2d6.
Sweet. So you've used that for this turn.
Yeah.
So you've moved back away. Adok, your turn, if there's nothing else you wish to do, Zadriel.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's going to move right there. And then, for the first time, he is going to whip out his flute. But instead of this time, the flute is going to shift and wood ingrains are going to cover the holes. And he's going to load a dart into it and blow a dart at one of the fire creatures over there.
You have range on that. That's a fair distance.
It's between 25 and 100 feet.
Yep, you're about 85 feet away from the first one there. This one
Cool.
here.
Fantastic.
Roll to hit.
It's a lovely 13.
That'll miss.
Great. Fantastic. It goes wide.
It does indeed.
And Adok does nothing but looks terrified.
Casimir's turn. Yeah, I'm not sure why you can't see Karnos. Well, you should be able to. You're in line of sight of him.
I'm likewise too. Can't see.
Not my problem. Nothing I can do about it right now. Shit. One. He's just gonna recast it. Okay. So he's gonna move or recast the Ice Storm. Moving that one, casting it there. Dexterity saving throws from these guys once again. Collective ones. Dexterity saving throw. Dirty 20, so they all save. So they'll take half damage. So they will take 8. That one dies. That one dies. Actually, they all go. And one casting of the hailstorm, or the blizzard, ice storm, swirls up icicles and debris and snow and chunks of ice, slamming into the skulls. He holds his hand in concentration, and they're all slammed against the wall and hit by chunks of ice and are destroyed. The ice storm remains in the hallway, however, for a small time after combat is finished, but eventually dissipates. That is the end of that combat round. Yeah, I'm not sure why you guys can't see each other, or Karnos in particular.
But
Is
even
he
on
hidden by any chance?
No?
But even on the main map that you're showing on Twitch, Fibblestib's not showing there for me. Well, for your map, mate. It's
Yeah, because
really
that's
shadow.
Reload it.
that's because
Refresh.
of him. Because I'm controlling
right.
that token.
Your control. Okay, sweet.
Yeah, because I'm controlling that token, the
Yeah,
viewers are seeing what he sees.
They just see.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I see.
Actually, I could probably change that.
That's right. I thought that maybe had something to do with it, but nope.
I'm gonna keep Mora up one more time and give Skathis 11 heals before I turn off my concentration.
Yep, no worries. That might be the
Thank
way
you.
to go.
I take it I no longer have that bonus to armor now.
No, it's still there for 10 minutes. So I mean, barely 6 seconds passed.
Yeah.
I can just concentrate for 10 minutes.
That should solve that problem for the viewers. I don't know about you guys. I don't know why you can't see each other, because you're like 15 feet away from each other.
I can see
I
everyone
can see
because
it.
I refreshed.
Yeah,
Yeah, try refreshing it. It might have had something to do with the with me having permissions on that token.
So that was not at all what I was expecting.
That was one of your more dumber ideas.
I did say, shall I appear open the door?
It was not a stupid idea to open the door, but, well, I have encountered them before, not in so many numbers, however. It was not good, and you can see that Casimir is visibly hurt, like he's burnt, like some of his clothes are singed, his face is scarred and like blackened and burned and blistered.
On the bright side, I think, Casimir, you were the first to kill one. You get to name it.
I know what it is. So do you, actually. It is quite obvious. Flaming Skull.
That's a really uninventive name, though. Let's Fibble. You're good with names. What shall we call it?
Oh, jeez.
Forget that, Fibble. You're crap with names. Skathis, you kill one. What shall we call it?
I think the naming of a creature is less important at this time.
Do we have any potions in that bag, Ganos? Does any of us have any potions? We need to, before I waste my,
Look, I have 3.
No healing potions in this bag. Sorry, Zadriel.
I
I
can
have
heal.
one.
I have 3.
I think maybe we should find somewhere to hold up for the evening. Many of these rooms are empty, and single entrance should be suffice it to safely spend the evening. If you would maybe follow me, I know a couple of places already, which I have
That
spent
sounds
the
like
evening.
a wonderful idea.
Really good idea. But yeah, if anyone really needs one, I can give you one of these, which will give you crap hit points.
I do not
Crabs?
want crabs.
No,
No.
no, I can't. It will temporarily boost you at the same time, giving you some health.
So Casimir literally walks 20 feet and opens this door. Says it would be perfect for spending the evening.
How did you know that was there?
Says the doorway is there. It is an old barracks room.
How did you know there wasn't creatures in there?
I've spent the night here before.
Oh, so you knew those skull things were there?
No, but I have the key for this door.
You've got a key.
It is called Arcane Lock. Maybe you will learn it one day.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
have a couple of rooms here that I am able to spend the evening in if needed.
Well, I think spending the evening here in this room would be much appreciated.
So it's exactly what he described. As you walk in, there's broken bits of wood and bits on the floor. You can see the wood itself looks like it might be the remains of old bunk beds at one point. So the room itself is not huge, maybe 40 feet by 40 feet, but it would have been probably housed 6 or 8 bunk beds in its day, like a guard's quarters at some point. So there's plenty of room to hunker down and sleep. And Casimir says that he can lock the door behind you.
Did we still got all that gear from the other guys?
Dude.
The fur, cool. Just making sure.
I'm assuming you guys would have added to your existing clothing the warmer stuff because as I said that inside the temple here is not much warmer than outside. And if you had not have donned that equipment, you would be making con saves by about now. So is Fibble going in or not? He's staying outside.
I would be, but I'm waiting for that last 1% of the reload.
Right. So I will move you for now. Just so we know where everyone is. So he will lock the door behind you.
I would also touch the door and cast alarm on it.
No problem. And this is where we'll take a short break. So give Fibblesib a chance to load. Maybe even shut down and rejoin just to be sure. And we'll give everyone else a chance to grab a coffee, get Nutty a chance to grab a coffee, and all the bits and things and stuff. And we'll be back just after a few moments, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Be right back. I think we're back. We're back. What's up, chat? We are back. Hopefully, little tech issue sorted, but we're back. Whew. So, battle finished. You've been moved into a old barrack rooms of sorts. The door has been locked, and the alarm has been cast. Looking at your shields, Adriel, it's still relatively earlyish afternoon, but you're all fairly well done. You've had a rough time here in the Amber Temple so far, dealing with the berserkers and the dire wolf, and now these flaming skulls that have dropped fireball after fireball in the room, singeing many of the party. It's time for rest. Is there anything you guys wish to discuss before rest finds you? You've got probably a few hours before you probably really need to sleep. So it is now up to you what you wish to do, what discuss, until sleep takes you.
I'm just gonna put it out there. Next time, if we see a lot of those flaming skull things, we shut the door and leave them the fuck alone. That hurt a lot.
I agree, but you guys do fuck around when it comes to making decisions. DM, that's using the lady's venomous thought.
Kind of figured. Casimir turns and agrees with Karnos. Tend to agree. You spend much time chatting, talking about what you wish to do. But not always prudent in such situations. As he's sort of tending to his own wound. See that again, the blistering of skin. Many of you have the same wounds, blistered and burnt skin, singed hair, burnt clothing.
Adam's going to look at himself and go, well, I don't rightly care what you think, because if you look at me, compared to the rest of you, I'm quite fine. And I've been pretty cautious so far. It's working out well. Maybe you can take a note
because you
from my
hide in
chapter.
holes, little one.
No, it's because I'm smart and I think about what I'm doing.
He is quite smart, Mr. Casimir. He doesn't look it, but he is.
I'd not say he was not smart. It's smart to hide in holes, I think.
Exactly. Take a note out of my book. And he's going to walk over to Skate.
Do you have a book?
Yeah, anyway. He's going to walk over to Skathis and he's going to look at him and go, right, now, I don't want you to think that I'm doing this because, I don't know, out of my good-natured art or something. But here, you can have this. And he points to the necklace, still not touching it.
I believe Zedriel had it.
No, she gave it to Adok.
Okay.
And he's now giving it to you.
I look up, go, thank you.
Yeah, can you, take it off me? Because I can't. I literally...
I lift it up over his head. And
Right.
put it over mine.
Now, if you want to, I can play you a lovely tune for my flute whilst we all rest a little bit. If you like the previous one. Might soothe the mood a little bit.
No.
Casimir just hunkers down in the corner, pulls up his cloak around his knees, and put up and places his head on his knee, almost covering himself completely.
I'll go around and I'll touch 5 tiny objects, and I'd make the objects sound like a nice raging fire. And
Okay.
then curl up in the corner and go to sleep.
Right. No, it's not really what I have a fire.
It sounded like someone blowing on the mic.
I know, right? I do actually have a fire down somewhere, but that's in my ambient stuff. This is not in this thing. All good. You had the sound of a fire burning.
Sitting there patching up. Carlos With everyone still awake, I suppose, except Fiddlestick, Carlos would say,
Zadriel, that thing you did to make them all flee. How do you do that?
This was holding up the Ajom, the amulet. Holding up this amulet we found in that tower.
Is it not a normal ability you would have otherwise, or?
I used to have something like it, but I gave up on that for a while.
he pulls out a flask.
So I could use one of these as my symbol.
Because it has the symbol of DM on it.
Maybe pray to the DM and see if that would work for you.
Yeah, do you still hear that whispering?
No. But I am wondering how many rooms Casimir knows about that he didn't say. Because we passed right by this room.
Yeah,
Is Casimir still awake?
Hard to tell.
I'm not going to be quiet anyway.
when he cast that spell into the corridor, it kind of hindered everything I had planned. I don't know if it was deliberate or not. I mean, I did a little bit of damage, and it did help at the very end, but I could have run headlong into one of those skulls, and it looks like, Scathis, you punched one to death, right?
No, that wasn't a punch. That was wind.
Yeah, but it wasn't, I mean, it didn't take a lot, is what I'm saying.
No, I
Unsure.
just get this past wind and it just crumbled against the wall.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Haddock, do you, or Spibbleston, maybe you, either one of you can answer, or both, do you have something that can counteract fire in the future?
Well, I can, if you want, throw grease on it, and then maybe perhaps
No.
more fire will. All right.
We're kind of more of the make fire, not counteract fire. That was more Emilia's wheelhouse. It's actually a sad thing because, yeah, she was useful for something. Oh well. Things you work out after the fact.
What about if we get a bunch of snow, and then we heat it, and then we carry it with us? And it's
Water.
wa-
You just
Right.
want to carry water.
Yeah. We can throw water at them from a distance.
Or we could just get up close and hit them, because those fireballs, they're not, I mean, I doubt they're going to drop them on themselves.
Probably heal them anyway.
Possibly.
No. The only reason why I wanted to get the hell out of there is because that really hurt. A lot.
I did forget, I probably could have knelt down and just held my shield up and maybe suffered a little less damage from that fire, but hey, you know, some of these things you forget you can do.
Say what? How's the little shield going to protect you from the big balls?
This is actually quite a large shield I'm holding. I don't know if you've been noticing the shield I carry the whole time, but
Which one of us is hearing that, DM?
You
I figured.
and only you.
you know, I feel like do you guys, we should all take a walk. Just blow off some steam in the cool night air.
Why do you want to take a walk?
And I just have that urge just to go for a wander.
Oh, everyone, quick! Let's not discuss whether or not it's a good idea. Let's take Carnos's suggestion about just going out and doing it. Yeah? Everyone sounds like a good idea? Going for a walk? Out there? When we just face them?
Sarcasm?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
See, that's why you think, Carnos. That's a bloody stupid, very stupid idea. You stay here.
Also,
Just
Casimir
not.
locked us in, so... Wait, Casimir locked us in. Or not.
I believe he has.
You did audibly hear the door unlock.
Adok, did you just call me stupid?
I said it's a very stupid idea. Do not get my words twisted, my friend.
Carlos just looks at Adok.
As you're looking at
Lock.
Adok, the door opens on its own.
I'm just going to get some air.
No.
If that is-
No.
No.
You all turn and look at the door. After a couple of, maybe a minute, it closes.
If you move to the door to go out, I'm gonna grab you.
Is it unlocked? I clicked it, but
It is unlocked, yes.
I opened the door.
Adok would like to cast a spell, Mr. DM.
Is Karnos trying to leave? Is that what he's doing, or just standing at the open door?
At the moment, I've just opened the door and I'm looking out to see what open and close the door.
So you see nothing
Where's
apart
Casimir?
from the open door, but as Fibblestib has just pointed out, turn back to the room in the corner where Casimir was just sitting. He's not there anymore. Gone.
Wait, what? Well, Casimir's gone.
He's gone. He's no longer sitting in the corner where he just was a moment ago.
There's people telling us to come to join with them. Can't you hear them?
Zadriel! Zadriel! Grab him! Pin him to the ground.
Whispers come back again, Karnos. This time a little louder.
I swear, they're just out here. I take a step out the door.
Zadriel moves to grapple.
Strength versus... do you resist, Karnos, firstly, as Zadriel moves to try and grab you?
I won't resist because I don't see them as enemies.
Okay, so just a strength check from you, Zadriel.
Oh my god. That one. Can I burn an advantage?
And that one, do you have an advantage?
I've been saving.
If you have it, you can burn it. That's what they're there for.
Okay, I'm gonna burn it. Swear to God, it's not really much better. It's a 14.
14. It's not bad. He's not resisting, so DC 10 is all you're looking at. He's not resisting. So as he goes to step out, you put your hand on his shoulder and just stop him from moving. Do you say anything?
Carnos, this is for your own good. Stay in.
But listen, they're saying there's something great and wonderful at
Do
the
you?
end of the road.
Do you remember what Casimir said about the genes telling you, promising you things, and then we were worried about Adok?
But I'm not dreaming. I'm wide awake like you. Anyway, where is Casimir? He seems to have disappeared. He said he was going to lock us safely in this room, and the door is open, and he is gone.
I go up to Carlos and I go, Carlos, bend over. But just lean over so I can touch your head.
Yeah, okay.
And I put my hands on either side of his ears and I cast Lister Restoration.
Spell takes effect. Seems to work. Whispers remain.
Did that help?
You've got nice warm hands, Mr. Stib. You trying to walk on my leg again?
No, I was trying to see if I'll just try to stop this.
Look, I won't.
There's no voices, Carlos.
And
Ad-hoc.
they,
Hearing
and they
voices
slowly
in-
dissipate and vanish.
Ad-hoc. You can cast the message thing. Yes, two people. When you talk to them, maybe talk to Casimir.
Adok's gonna have a paralyzing dart in his hand, ready to jab Karnos. Oh yeah, right. He's gonna-
Maybe he got the voices too and walked away.
yeah, but how much? I mean, if he's still here, it works in general. All right, I
We
guess
have
I'll
to
just
give the
point.
benefit. Yeah.
And Adok's gonna turn into where Casimir was, where he knows Casimir last was,
Mhm.
and just cast message out to him.
Okay.
And he's just gonna say, "Are you still in the room, or?"
No reply.
Gonna tell everyone else. So we've been duped. So Casimir was planning to kill us the entire time, and we're gonna die. So what we should do is close that door, rest up, and then let's leave. First thing, I'm gonna web the door.
Actually, the chance of sounding stupid again, Adok. I feel like we just sat down and said, "Hey, do we trust this guy?" And he probably heard everything we said and just decided we were a bunch of idiots and walked out.
Yes, but he is an adult. He could have confronted us and talked to us all about it. No? We are allowed to have questions.
That's true. However, he does come from the caravan of, Strahd lovers.
I thought he didn't like Strahd.
Yeah, but that's what they
And a
tell us.
fireball
Right?
erupts in the room. No, just kidding.
I mean, he was battered. Yeah.
He
Apparently.
was hurt.
He also said that he needed us and our help, so it wouldn't make sense, even if, regardless of what we thought about him, if he were to leave in the middle of this, wouldn't really make sense. His chances of surviving, very slim. What he did, however, say that the Amber Temple usually trades, right? So what if, and this is something that I said when we were walking in, what if that we are the trade, the offering, so to speak? Yeah, see, this is why I think, because it keeps me alive and possibly the rest of you. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take charge. Karnos,
Hold
step
on.
away from the door. What?
Wait, he locked us in this room, so maybe we should move rooms because then he's going to know exactly where we are.
That's also
Yeah.
true. That's also
We don't know what's safe to move to, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm not really in a good position to be taking on anything else for a short while.
Me either.
Okay, I'm going to do something very strange, and I am going to go for a little scout, little walk. Everyone stay here, and I'll come back. Yeah?
That is not a good idea.
No, it's fine.
I'm
Look.
gonna go up. I'm gonna go up to Adok. And I'm touch him on both sides of the head and cast Lesser Restoration and go, "Are you okay?"
Adok is also going to cast invisibility on himself.
People used to have alarm on the door.
Yeah, but I didn't set it for. I set it that any of us could walk through it.
Oh my god, Feeble.
I didn't think that. I'll trust. Okay, next time, fuck it. Next time I'm gonna put it so only I can leave, and then all of you can just fight me.
So, Adok, you're going to cast invisibility on yourself?
Yep.
And go for a walk, yes?
Except I can't touch anything. So I can't open the door.
Let me just double check
The
that
door
spell
is
to
open.
see whether the door's open.
Yeah.
So let me just double check something. Concentration. So, you find yourself able to touch things all of a sudden, and just very recently that inability to touch something when Casimir supposedly vanished. You found yourself being able to not resist it, like being able to touch stuff again.
You would not see Adok, but you'd hear him whisper to everyone in his bar. Right. So I'm going to make sure that there's a safe passageway to get out of here and make sure that there's no creepy crawlies or Casimir leading more skulls to kill us. I will be right back. If I do not come back in relatively less than an hour, I am probably dead. So therefore, good luck.
Wait. Zadriel's thinking through all the things that she could help for Ada, and she blesses him.
Gotta be able to see him, to bless him. You gotta touch him.
Fuck. She blesses all, nothing. Then.
He's already left the room, so...
Yeah.
So, I'll need you to roll a stealth check, because you are still making noise as you're walking. You will not be seen, but you still have the ability to make noise. 19, not too bad. So far as you know, you are relatively stealthy. So, for the time being, Haddock, whereabouts are you heading?
I don't want to take up too much time doing this because I am
Alright.
out on my own.
Just give me an idea of how far you wish to travel and
Definitely.
in what direction.
This is so bad because, again, if he sees something shiny, he's going to head towards it if it's worth value. But relatively just backtrack where we came in and see if it's safe to get out.
So you're going to come back to here?
Yep.
Move yourself to that position. As you're moving in that direction, you hear the sound of stone dragging on stone as you start getting closer to the arch, to the way out, basically.
All right. Adam's going to cast messages to Adrian and go, yeah, I think I'm going to die, but so far so good. I don't know why I'm whispering. It's in the head.
So you carry on. As you breach the way where you came in, you turn and look up the stairs. Here, the archway where you first came in, instead of seeing what would have been the remainder of the day, as the afternoon starts to set in, you see a stone slab blocking the entrance.
Okay. Sure. Again, another. He's gonna send a message this time to Carnos, and he's gonna say, so, newsflash, your little walk that you want to do, can't do it. We're trapped.
It seems that you were right. He is trapping us in here, or something is. I like those odds.
Casimir?
Did Kana say that out loud or in his head back to Adok?
I don't think. I mean, it was in his head back to Adok, but I think he would have
Oh,
verbalized
right.
it as well.
That's what I was
I think
wondering.
because he's not super intelligent, so I think he would have said it out loud,
Okay,
even
yeah.
though he said it. Yeah.
So,
So everyone would have got that.
definitely. So Zadriel, you can make that comment.
Casimir? Casimir, you mean?
Oh, I thought you were calling me Casimir. I was thinking, no, you got me confused. Yeah, so, oh, right, you didn't hear that. Adok says there's a big boulder or slab or something in front of the door. He thinks, well, we're trapped here. And he
Yeah.
says I can't go for a walk, which I can't hear. I swear there were people calling to say, come and join us. But oh.
Back to Adok.
The final place is back where that crack was, where the fissure is.
Head back to Fisher. Move yourself back there. And you no longer feel the rush of air from the fissure or again, no light coming through. Squeeze through 2 or so feet so that you can just make out the outline of the 15-foot drop and where you were able to see the outside before. Rubble, stone. No way out that way.
Adok, in this point, is going to be very confused, but nonetheless, as a first level, is going to cast Detect Magic.
What's the range on Detect Magic?
The range is on myself.
30
It's
feet?
not constant.
Or 60 feet?
Oh my
60 in?
Oh my god. Oh no. It's 30 feet, but it's also concentration.
Your invisibility drops. And nothing in this area gives off a magical aura. Roll a perception check for me, though.
Okay.
Exactly what you needed. As you walked through the door and up to the fissure, and as you're coming back after realizing that no way out that way, in the burnt corridor where the flaming skulls were, where the burnt body of whatever or whoever that is, spy something that is out of place, completely out of place in this pile of ashes and burnt stuff. Is looks like a piece of wood or maybe ivory, but it's in pristine condition. There's no scorch marks on it, just sticking out of a pile of burnt whatever.
Yeah, he's gonna walk over there.
Kind of figured he would. So as you get closer, to move yourself up to here, that's roughly here is where it is. As you get closer, you see that looks like a staff. As you get close still and sort of kick some of the ashes away, and it looks like a white ivory staff, or maybe white ashwood, topped with a light blue crystal of sorts mounted in the top.
Yeah, definitely reaches out to grab it and take
You
it.
reach out and pick it up.
Just trying to take a look around right
The
before he
moment
grabs it.
You look around, you see the body of this corpse. It looks like the remains of a satchel round his waist, remains of an old cloak. Looks like he's got the burnt remains of a book in his hand as well. Like there's virtually nothing left of it. If you go to touch it and try and read through the pages, what remains just breaks away in ash and that. You reach down and you pick up the staff. It's cold to touch. It's like not cold to hurt, but it's very cool to touch, very smooth. You hear, "I crave power above all else, and will do anything to obtain it." That is now your floor. It overrides any floor you currently have.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. 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 Alright. Adok is gonna make his way back to everyone but do I get the sense that I want to sheath this away from everyone else, like hide
No.
it, or?
Nope.
Okay. But I sense
the basic
power from
flaw
this.
is you sense power from it. You know it's
Okay.
a staff that's worth maybe hanging on to.
Mhm.
I say you definitely crave more power, magical or otherwise. But this staff definitely has abilities that you definitely want to find out about.
Okay. Adok is, whilst he's walking back to the rest of the group, he's going to do something else called Distort Value
Okay.
as a 3rd level spell, just to make this staff look crummy and just like a broken down piece of wood
Fair
or
enough,
something like
not
that.
a problem.
But he's still going to keep hold of it, but make his way back.
Before you head back, here, and here, as you sort of look up, spy the 3 doorways. You don't hear anything. The doors look just like anything else, and you also see the double doors down here. Do smell food, just lightly on the air, nothing overpowering, but you just get that whiff of food. You're not sure which way it comes from, but you can smell something. It's definitely edible. Whatever it is, it smells good, but you're not sure where it's coming from.
Okay. Too easy. Thank God I require power and not food.
You are a goblin.
Yeah, but he would
He didn't really think
just
of his stomach.
gotta take note of that.
Yep.
But still make his way back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You just get a whiff of something really nice just on the air, and you thought, well, that's odd. Maybe I got a brain tumor. And then you get back. You move yourself back to the room. And how long does the store value last for? Just out of curiosity.
It lasts for 8 hours.
8 hours? Okay. So Adok makes his way back into the room. Visible, not invisible. And he's carrying with him a pretty crusty looking staff.
You can step in the room and then just close the door.
Adok, what the fuck are you doing? Going out there all alone?
Whoa, I mean, I was invisible.
You came in looking pretty visible.
Yeah, I said I left. I was invisible, so. It was safe. It's fine. Like, we're fine. We're great, by the way. We can't escape, so there's that. Also, just a little side note, Scapers, can I get that amulet back?
Why do you want the amulet for?
Yeah, because I want to live.
So do I, and you're not frontline. You run and hide.
Yeah, but let's say that I do go on the front line.
Since when?
I don't know, just got a feeling. I think I'm going to be more useful than what you will be.
What did you see out there?
Nothing. Just we're trapped. Like the fissure, can't get out. Stone slab, entryway, can't get out. So like we're kind of stuck. There is some food though, somewhere in this building.
Can I do perception to see if he's lying?
Can't do perception.
Or what is it then?
Insight, but what would give Skatus the belief that he's lying?
Just the fact that he wants the amulet back.
And he wants to be on the front line?
Yeah, that too.
Roll insight. Just be careful about metagaming when it comes to insight checks, though, guys. Just as a point of reference.
20. Dirty 20.
30-20. If you are being deceptful, Mr. Adok, roll deception. 30-20 to beat. Natural one. Yeah, he's lying about something. You're not entirely sure what, but he's definitely hiding something.
I think I might hang on to this amulet for the time being, Adok.
Alright. Fair enough. No worries. But yeah, everyone else, we are screwed, basically.
Then we stick together and we don't leave each other anymore till we find a way out.
Yeah.
Cetriel, what time of day is it now?
Shield.
Yeah, afternoon, late afternoon.
Do you think it might be wise us to set up camp in here and rest in, heal up, and because I'm still a bit shaky.
If Adok is telling the full truth, we're stuck in here anyway, so it's not like we're going anywhere.
People set the alarm for everyone, including you. You cannot trust yourself.
Right.
You know, if he sets the alarm himself, everyone, if he's the one who's going to turn against us, he's just going to turn the alarm off.
Well, I mean, if he's possessed by a demon or something,
Well,
we
that's
could
true.
just walk through.
Everyone, before we go to sleep, touch my sword.
What is your fascination with your sword being touched?
Well, if you're a demon, or if you've been overtaken by something of the deadly nature, the sword will burn you like it did to Emilia that time, remember?
Um,
Just sense from the divine if there are demons nearby. No?
I thought about it, but this is way more fun.
now, just gonna point out a flaw in your decision. If I touch that, it's possible it could kill me at the present moment.
No, because
Whether I be a demon or not.
the radiant
People-
energy won't hit you in this one. Hit you with it. I mean, I could hit you with it if you want.
People, enough of the banter. Also, we team up on watches.
That wasn't
Yeah.
banter, that was actually the truth.
I use divine seeds and detect good and evil within 60 feet. Celestial fiend undead.
Pick up Zadriel as celestial. Pick up Scathus as fiend, or part fiend at least. Within 60 feet, you get no undead signature or anything else within that range.
DM or and Baz, does that also include alignment? Alignment, sorry.
No.
No, it's just celestial
Okay.
fiend, undead. It's more race, those particular races
Through with you.
or creature types.
I point the sword towards Zadriel and I go, "You're celestial," and I pointed at Scathus. "You're demonic and an asshole most of the time. Everyone else seems good."
And the whispers start to come again, quietly.
And really want to go for a walk.
You walk, I manacle your ass. You understand me?
Do you guys not hear that?
No. But
It's join with us, and I can't make it out properly, but it's inviting. Come have some drinks, party as
Get it.
heroes.
get the manacles.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm just telling you what I hear.
I'll take first watch. Who wants to go with me?
Oh, well, you don't trust me. I'll watch with you.
Right. It's not that I
I'll
don't
take-
trust you. It's just
I'll
Go
take
ahead.
second.
And they slowly wane and disappear again. So first
I'll
watch,
take-
Zadriel and Alnos.
We decide who's third.
Okay, so she's taking second, you said?
Yes.
people and ad hoc. You take third.
That
Too
leaves Scathus on his own, though.
I can stay up a little. 2 hours. I don't know. Maybe.
If you were to
Someone
double
Someone
watch, if
stay
you had
up-
a double watch, you'd end up with you'd get exhausted.
Maybe. What if I do
Maybe-
half and someone does another
Someone's-
half?
Yeah.
I stay up an extra 2 and then somebody stays up an extra 2.
I mean, you could wake me up for a little bit, and I could cast web on the door frame. So if Scathus tries to leave, he gets entangled.
Why would I want to leave?
I don't
If
know.
Scathus tries to leave, the alarm will go off and we'll all be woken up.
Oh, well, there you go. Pretty fine.
It's your guys.
And I'm absolutely buggered, so yeah, I'll take last watch. Kinda. But that's it.
That's fair.
I mean, if nobody trusts Scathus, I, for one, offer myself to stay up with him.
At least Fibble to take last watch on his own. Go Zadriel, Karnos, Scathus, Adok, Fibble.
Then who's going to watch Fibble?
You're all fucked.
Well, yeah, that's a fair point actually, because he's got, you know,
I don't care.
Shut up. We're doing it this way.
I'm
Just go to sleep.
curl up in
Yeah.
the corner.
So the three of you, Skaters, Adok, and Fibble, curl up and find a place to try and get some rest and sleep, leaving Zadriel and Karnos to take first watch. And we'll call tonight's session there, and we'll pick that up there next week. And we'll go through the watch to see if there's any RP that you guys want to go through for this particular watch. But that is it for this evening. Thank you very much, players, once again for coming along and telling our story. Viewers, same to you guys. Cheers for coming and hanging out. Thanks for the new follows and all the biddies and bits and pieces. So Bambi Wambi with all the biddies there. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the support. We had a 12-month resub from Roasted Chicken and some new followers there as well. Arkend. We had, got to go through all Bambi's single biddies. We had Destroyer, and looks like I'm gonna call you Silver Tiger because that's what I see, even though it's a bunch of letters. But thank you for the follows, appreciate it very, very much. So go back to start page here. As per usual, we're going to go around our players and get some moments from this evening. We're going to start our players tonight. Holy crap balls, Echo. All right. We're going to start with Zadriel tonight. Zadriel.
I like Karnos. Oh, I'm still using accent. I like Karnos using his flaw. That was pretty good because sometimes I forget my flaws, and then Adok gaining his flaws. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Oh yes, that's going to change a few things, I think. Karnos.
I got nothing. The whole night was shit. Just kidding. I got lost as per usual. I'm going to stick with 2 and not take too much away from anyone. The Zadriel Moriel tie-in.
I didn't expect that.
Which Adok sort of kicked off. I was confused. I was like, okay, I did not know there was a tie-in there, so there you go.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool.
And Adok's Celine Dion rendition, My Heart Will Go On, in brown note. That was pretty good.
In G, yes, low G. Skaters.
Can't really recall it, but it's something that Mr. Steak said when he was casting a spell earlier on or something.
Well, that's not very good. You're supposed to remember the moments.
Yeah, I know.
I don't
If
remember
anything-
the moment.
If anything, I'd have to say the watch order and the distrust that was happening.
I know. It's like, wow. You guys just all of a sudden just not stop trusting each other. It's like, oh my God. Adok.
Again, just a little bit of tidbits here where Karnos mentioning that he doesn't want to make the crack hairy with this wolf, and and then Zadriel also, I don't know if it's just instead of being all cleric and godlike, just going fuck off like with the symbol. I thought that was pretty hilarious. But I also wanted, what I thoroughly enjoyed the most was just the air of mystery in the Amber Temple and how it's affecting everyone individually and how everyone's responding to what you're doing as a DM and setting this up. I just think we're all doomed. We're all screwed in a magnificent way, but it's got to be cool.
Bibblestab.
A couple of Karnos moments, like when he opened up the door and went, "Oh, okay, let's go." And it's like, "Oh shit, we're all dying quickly." And then the way Cam was playing the fact that he couldn't touch anything.
Yeah.
Through the entire episode until he worked out that he was allowed to touch anything, and then that backfired on him.
A little bit, maybe. You never know. So, yeah, a couple of things in chat there was obviously the Moriel tie-in. which I didn't see coming when Adok started talking about this dude and then at Moriel. I was like, oh, yeah, it's pretty cool tying in Moriel as maybe someone he's met, and then Jed going, oh, you mean my dad? It's like, wait, what? But
Yeah,
that is very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool indeed. But
Yeah.
also too, I think for me tonight, yeah, Adok with the not being able to touch anything, taking that suggestion as it was intended, and then realizing obviously, oh shit, now I can touch stuff, and just gravitating towards the staff, knowing full well that he probably would have. There's no way he wouldn't. See something like that, he'd see the value in it at the very least, and think it was something he could possibly sell or something. Be interesting to see how you now cope with that new floor. Whether you take it literally or figuratively, or interpret it how you see fit, that is up to you. But again, the way you interpret that is your choice. The battle. One thing I will say about Flaming Skulls, they do not have a lot of HP, but they do have some very powerful spells at their disposal, and they are nasty weak creatures. So yeah, so well done. I mean, yes, obviously the Blizzard Ice Storm did help. They were vulnerable to ice damage, so they definitely it could have been a whole lot different if Casimir had not have been there. I definitely think you would have been chased down and possibly killed by these things, potentially. But you never know. Handle it reasonably well. As far as Casimir disappearing, well, that remains to be seen, whether that was intentional or something else. You'll have to wait and find out. But that is our story tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, we'll be back on Sunday with some Dusk Hollow, where you'll see Hex, the Captain Moore, Moriel, Steve, Elba do their thing. You will also be back here tomorrow for some New World. We'll be doing, won't be till 8 o'clock start. Hunter's back, so I won't be on till at least 8 o'clock. But I'll be doing some New World stuff. We'll probably do some dungeons, maybe some corruptions, depending on who's on and what you guys are up to, whether you need to do a dungeon. I know some of you are coming up to Starstone, needing to do that. That's not a bad dungeon to do, and obviously if you need a hand doing quests, always hit me up. I'm always happy to help out. So, New World is main tonight in 40 minutes, by the way. Oh, is it maintenance? Sweet as. I kind of figured it was maintenance night, because last week it was on Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember. Either way, I'll have to play something else. Back 4 Blood is out on Game Pass, Xbox, and Play Anywhere for those that have the Xbox Game Pass. So you can play it on PC if you have it, or have Game Pass. I have downloaded it. Too cheap. Yeah, well, we know you're too cheap, Trash. But if you've got it, grab it. Cool game. I'm not going to pay for it. I'll get it for free. So I'll probably have a look at that. So raid time. Who are we going to raid, people? Who's on?
Fish.
Fish will do. Has he only just started? Oh, he's been going for. He's nearly finished. You're almost 3 hours in.
King Excel is back.
I'm gonna rock and roll, guys. I got work here nearly.
No worries. We'll catch you
Thanks,
up,
team.
dude. He's doing map stuff. 12 maps of Spooktober.
What if it's
He's
not?
doing horror
Because this is a bit of
maps.
walk
We'll
in
rate
the
him
park,
anyway.
right? So you can, to get to here, you can either go through here, which is pretty
Even
dark,
if he is
you know,
just
bit of
about finished, we're
encounter
gonna rate him
here,
anyway.
or
Fuck
here,
it.
which is clearly
Okay.
trouble. Dark, narrow, confined, willing space. But hear me out. What if this entire room was filled with water?
Right, here we
What if
go.
this entire
Ladies and
room
germs, make sure when we get over there, you
is
let him know where you're from,
calm, brown
and let him
water?
know.
Bloody!
Click on his things and stuff, so you make sure you drop him an actual lurk or
Chat.
follow or thing. You know what I mean? Click on his name, join his chat, do the thing and the stuff.
Cool.
See you tomorrow.